Hey guys, namaste, how you all doing? Now, I've been itching to speak up on a subject for some time, even though I've been trying to hold myself back. I'm not here on social media to get into politics and say anybody what they should do. I'm rather here to motivate and educate and really help people on their healing journey, on their spiritual journey. But directly or indirectly, we all are being affected by this global pandemic. And I really just wanted to speak up a little bit on behalf of my soul tribe as well, and other people who may need to hear this. And now I'm not here to ask you to follow me and be my friend or have the same belief what I have. No, I'm simply here to share my thoughts. And you're welcome to comment below if there's anything you have to say. So I put up a post on Facebook saying, if people believed in themselves as much as they believe in the government and media, the world today would be a completely different place to be. And I also put the question to everyone, do you believe in yourself as much as you believe in anything else outside of you? Now, whoever read that post, I really hope that you went away and asked that question to yourself. Now, why do I say that? I'm actually shocked what I've seen and observed on social media. And this is my page. I can say anything, and I'm just gonna say out loud what I've observed. And you are welcome to comment again, but this video is not to create any argument, not to get into politics. I have been living my life between the 3 and the 5th dimension, especially in the past few years, since I've been on my self-healing spiritual journey, and I also work as a spiritual healer and counselor. And what is the difference between the 3rd and 5th dimension? Now, in the 3rd dimension, the 3rd dimension is your everyday life. You work, eat, sleep, talk, meet your family, meet your friends, live your life. In the 5th dimension, you actually look at everything from a completely different perspective. In the 5th dimension, you are in alignment with your soul, not your ego. So you look at everything from a different perspective. You look at challenges and obstacles as an opportunity to grow. You look at everything coming from a place of love. Whereas in the 3rd dimension, many times, usually people look at everything based on what's running in their conscious and subconscious mind. Limiting beliefs, fear, guilt. So look what's happening. And why did I put up that post? So let me repeat that. People believe in the government and the media more than they believe in themselves. And now let me ask you the question, is this right? Is this the right way to live life? How about everybody starts believing in themselves and switch off that freaking TV and start going by your rules, start living life from the place of love, start living life from the place of faith, start living life from the place of believing in yourself, believing in God, that God is leading you and protecting you in your way. Now, I'm not here to give a speech to anyone. How I see the government is a bunch of people who are set to control the country, control the people. Yes, it is important in a way to control people and to control the country, to keep everything in order. But you need to know that the media is also controlled by the government. Media is ruled by the government. So the government tells media what to put into the news every day that people need to hear. So they don't put in the news what you want to hear, they put in the news what you need to hear. And what is the psychology behind? To create fear. Fear. People are living in fear. And those of you will understand who study psychology. Anything that they feed you in the news, if you keep watching the TV, if you keep watching the news every evening, listening to all the negatives, give yourself 21 days, you start believing, you start creating more and more fear in your mind. The media is brainwashing everybody, guys. Now let me tell you just a hypothetical example. This is how your mind works. Let's say you think about yourself, you're ugly. From tomorrow, look into the mirror and keep telling yourself that you look beautiful. You are the most beautiful person in the entire world. Say that for 21 days. During these 21 days, you actually reprogram your mind. So, whereas before you felt that you were ugly, now after 21 days, you will feel and you will believe that you look beautiful. Now, if you keep repeating that for 3 months, you will have completely reprogrammed your mind. You will be flying on top of the world, believing that you are beautiful and you look beautiful. If you keep listening to the news for 21 days, you will start believing whatever they say in the news. If it doesn't matter if it's true or a lie, you will believe that. Keep watching it for 3 months. You will have completely transformed your mind into that fear. So if the government says 10 million people died yesterday from COVID, and you keep hearing this every day, believe you me, you start believing in it, even if it's not true. This is how the mind works, and it's not me making it up. This is how the mind works. Guys, I'm a hypnotherapist, and I work with people's subconscious mind every single day. So I can reprogram your mind from any negative into any positive. What the media does, what the news does to your mind is keep feeding fear into your mind. So if you already had any suppressed fear within your system, it will be triggered. You will be running to get that vaccine to save your life. Why do you think the government wants to save your life when they have started the whole thing for a reason? Think about that. Yeah, that's also interesting that the government doesn't talk about healthy eating. All they do is keep feeding your mind, your life with fear. So it's up to you if you decide to wake up or if you choose and allow the government to keep leading your life. Because nobody can change your life, nobody can lead your life the best, but yourself only. How interesting, the government and the news never talk about healthy eating. Did you know that your body can heal itself? And some of you might start laughing now, but I promise you that your body heals itself. You don't need medication, you don't need vaccine, you don't need any of this rubbish, nonsense, bullshit. Everything comes down to your belief and what you know. And you know what? I don't go to doctor, I don't take medication, because the person who knows my body and my system and how my system works and how my body works the best, you know who's that person who knows my body the best? It's me. So you know your body the best. But this is the thing. When something goes wrong with the body, people start running to doctors. I work with clients who have been on antidepressant. I know what is the consequence of taking antidepressant in the long term. Go and do your research. Don't listen to me. You do not need antidepressant. Antidepressant is killer. It is killing yourself. It's killing your mind. It's numbing your mind. Antidepressant is another way of suppressing your emotions. I never took antidepressant, but I know how it works because I studied that. Not at university. I do my homeschooling. I've got loads of books about personal development, about body language, about everything, how it works. And I'm not saying I know it all. Even if I sound like that, I don't know it all, but I know enough. I know enough, and you should know enough how your body, mind and soul work in alignment, and if it's out of alignment, how you can bring it into alignment. This is what the challenge is for most people out there. And believe me, this pandemic is just a freaking eye-opener. So people who are supposed to and meant to wake up, they will wake up. They will take it as an opportunity to grow and evolve mentally, emotionally, and in all aspects of their lives. You know, let me tell you, I sold my last TV back in 2014 when I moved to Dubai from London, and I haven't got TV for 7 years now. What a joy. I don't watch movies because my life is a movie every day, full of events. Why watch movie? I prefer read books. It's more educational, more motivational. Books are amazing for personal development. Let me ask you, what do you learn by watching the TV? What do you learn by watching the news every day? I don't think you learn anything. All you gain is fear into your mind. I would argue with anybody if they say this is not true. Let me tell you what I observed many years ago when I was a younger kid. My grandparents loved watching the news every evening. As they were getting really old, they watched the news every evening. Oh, somebody got murdered. So-and-so burglared the house. You know, the next evening in the news, somebody actually broke into the house and killed the old lady. So my grandmother keeps watching this news, this negative news every evening. How do you think she will react? It got to the point when she did not answer the phone to anybody from the afternoon, evening time, because she was scared. She did not let anybody into her house, and she locked her house completely, or the gate, the doors, because she was scared. She had to call my mother every evening to come and see her because she was scared, you see? So look what's happening to the mass, what's happening to people. I'm not saying that the coronavirus doesn't exist. Yes, it exists because people have died. I'm sure some of you have figured out how it all was created, because no virus happens magically, does it? So have a think about that as well. Okay, so virus has been created, it now exists, and it's killing people. And then what's next? Since the virus started, Nobody cares about people who have cancer. Nobody gets flu anymore. How interesting is that? And now with these lockdowns, you know, more lockdown. Do you know what? I've traveled 3 times since last summer. And it's been locked down almost constantly, I would say. Now, you can judge me. That's fine. I travel on my own risk, on my own responsibility. This is what people need to understand. I'm shocked. You know, I don't watch TV, I don't watch news, I don't know when the lockdown finishes, I don't know anything. And you know what? I don't care. I live in my own world. I create my own inner peace, and this is what matters. There is a big plan out there to create this atmosphere. You see? Oh, some people are so proud of the UK now because they are top on the list, getting over 10 million vaccines already out. Well done. Yeah, this is part of the game. Lockdown after lockdown after lockdown. People are suffering from anxiety. People suffering from not being able to go out and socialize. Seriously, is this where your happiness starts? That you can't go out and socialize? So what? Spend time with yourself. See where you need to progress in your life. Expand your job, expand your business, work on your relationship, spend time with your family, learn how to cook, read books, do personal development. You know, this is where happiness starts. Happiness starts within. Not going out to clubs and restaurants and socialize. That is another way of running away from yourself and suppressing those emotions, suppressing anything that you have not worked on. You see why I've got more clients now than ever, guys. Due to the lockdown, all anxiety coming up, guilt, fear coming up. Where is all coming from? These have been suppressed within you for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. And this is why, but this pandemic is one of the greatest opportunities in your life to change your life, to make yourself better, to make yourself become a better version of yourself. You are forced to be at home. You have no opportunity to travel, to socialize, to keep suppressing what you have been suppressing inside. So sit at home and do your soul searching, stay in solitude. You know, I've been sitting by myself for a month, by myself. And 99% of people would have probably jumped out of the balcony if they had to do what I have done. And I'm completely in peace, and I'm good, and I'm happy. Because when you create that inner peace within, you can be in the middle of nowhere, you can be in the middle of the forest, and you can be in the middle of a beautiful big city. You can be with 100 people. If you are not happy inside, if you don't have the inner peace inside, nothing can satisfy you on the outside. So coming back to what I've observed on social media, because this is where I kind of observe people and hear the date for the lockdown ends and when the lockdown starts. I don't watch news at all, honestly. And I'm shocked to see that so many young women have been taking the vaccine so they can travel. I mean, seriously. Now let me ask you this question. Why did you take the vaccine? Have you done your research? I've worked in the past with a global company who actually produce organic products. And those little damn organic products were being tested for at least 5 years before they come to the market. Now let me ask you, how the hell they can create a vaccine, test and make sure it won't bring any negative effect on you in the long run, and it's all happening within 12 months. All happening. And they say, yes, vaccine doesn't need much time because, you know, the base has already been created, so it's just been modified now. Yes, again, this is the third dimension way of thinking out of limitations. Now let me ask you, I'm actually a part of some groups on Facebook where, you know, they're talking about the vaccine side effects. Okay, do you take it? Do you not take it? And I've made a comment on something the other day and somebody laughed. And, you know, I didn't reply back anything negative because I'm not here to argue with anybody. But I thought, I might be laughing at you after 5 years, young lady, when you may be trying to have a baby and you will be infertile. Now, this can be a possibility, absolutely. I'm praying for every day that more and more people are waking up to reality, to the truth, that what the heck is going on in the world. I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't take the vaccine, you shouldn't wear the mask. But all I'm asking you, do your research before you allow anybody to inject any poison into your system, you know? Because it's not face cream or a face mask. If it ruins your skin, you can wash it off and carry on. It goes straight in your system, into DNA level. Think about that. So what's happening now, I could see this last year, and I told that to my friends. They will be bringing more and more restrictions, more and more lockdowns, with the purpose of driving people absolutely mental. So they quickly bring the vaccine and they're going to jab everybody. Not everybody, but as many people as they can. And I'm praying that more and more people are waking up to the truth, and it is actually happening. If you keep watching the news and allow the government to rule your life, to take control of your life. Now, I'm sure most of you who are watching, you don't allow your husband, your wife to control you. You don't allow your kids to control you. You don't allow anybody to control you because you want to believe that you live in a free world. You have your freedom. You want to make your own decisions in your everyday life. If you don't allow your husband and wife to control you, why do you allow the government to control you? Now you go away and think, have a think about this question. If you don't allow people in everyday life to control you, why do you let the government control you? And I'm not here to really scare anybody, but guys, this is just the beginning of a big change, big transformation in this world. And what my personal advice is to you, and you might not understand this, but you will remember one day, learn to accept where we are, learn to accept where you are now in this world. Even if you are forced to be locked in your home and you can't go to work, you can't go to restaurants, you can't go out, learn to accept where you are. If you don't learn now to accept the situation, the circumstances, you will suffer more later, because there is more coming, more obstacles, more difficulties, more problems, more challenges coming into this world. You know, this pandemic is just part of the plan, and you can call me a conspiracy theorist. I think everybody has seen enough to understand that That part of being a conspiracy theorist has passed. You know, we have seen so much since then. So even I know a lot of people who called us conspiracy theorists last year, now they waking up. They're understanding, hey, there must be something behind all this that's going on. My advice is to you, create that inner peace, switch off the TV and start focusing on yourself. Because in this world, in this life, the only one person who can change your life is you, not the government, not the media. They will always be brainwashing you and creating more and more fear into your mind, into your life. And this is the whole purpose behind. So going back to my quote on Facebook, if people believed in themselves as much as they believe in the government, the whole world would be different. So people, start believing in yourself, remove the fear, and start bringing more love into your mind, into your body, into your life, so you can start seeing everything with love.